5 suspects arrested in connection with mob attacks in Diepsloot will make their first appearance. On Monday, one person was arrested after being identified by an eyewitness, and this led police to 4 more suspects. 7 men are accused of terrorizing the community with petty crime, and they were burned to death in 2 separate attacks in the township at the weekend. The suspects are aged between 30 and 38 and are expected at the Magistrates Court in Randburg today. Police say more arrests can't be ruled out as investigations continue. Let's get your sense of what else we know. Bring in Nqobile Madlala, who's at the Randburg Magistrates Court for us, and she joins us now live. Nqobile, this was a harrowing incident at the weekend, and it comes from a point where residents were raising concerns about their plight and the high levels of crime in that area. One wonders whether this arrest will calm tensions in that community.
Well, yes, Ayanda, in fact, it is very difficult for that community. You will remember that this is the second time we've seen some of the leaders from the same community coming to this magistrate court because of what the community has called having to fight against the crime by themselves. So what we are going to see here is, of course, those 5 appearing. But interestingly, we are also expecting some of those leaders that were part of, were in the forefront when they were calling for the presidents to come to the area in Diepsloot and sort of attend to the issues which they've long complained about, to also come and support those leaders. We understand that already those same leaders that we hear, which you will remember that the likes of Lifankala, Loyiso, as well as Reverend, we're here saying that that's not the way things are done. They did speak to us saying that they do not like what the community has done, but they understand the plight of that community. And of course, if you go back just steps back, you will hear that a lot of leaders have already spoken about the fact that murder, for example, drug issues in the area, people could be sleeping and people could just break into your house, that you don't feel safe whether you're inside the house or outside the house. And this is the reality that they've continued to live with. And when we spoke to Chair also, who was there, and he said himself that the community is terrorized, that they're scared of living the way that they are living at this point, but they want permanent solutions, and they continue to beg for those permanent solutions from law enforcement as well as from the leaders. They've even said that even if the president does not come, but those people that are tasked with doing the job, they must do the job. And you will remember that they've had plenty of conversations asking also that the minister does intervene, a minister of police does intervene in the area. We've heard also from the safety MMC, who also said that they have some people in the area that are looking into these crimes, that investigations are ongoing, that people get arrested, but unfortunately they let go. So there's quite a lot that is there to unpack for this community, because it's major issues that they are faced with. Not only are they faced with crimes, but they're faced with people that commit that crime and come back into the community, and they have to live with that. And a while back we spoke to a family that also was terrorized, where a woman was shot inside her house, and they took some of her money and so on. So you can continue, you can just think how traumatized the community is. And of course the leaders also that are now being arrested if they speak out, or feel that if they're speaking out that they're not seen and not heard. And so it continues. The community is just terrorized. But of course we are going to hear what's going to happen to these leaders or to these people that are currently suspected to be in the forefront of that mob justice. And of course, it's very important to remember that there are families as well on the other side of this coin that are currently affected, that have lost some of their people. And one of those families has about a 19 to a 20-year-old who was also burnt in that mob justice. So you can imagine that for them this means justice, because there was no trial for those people that were burnt, and that there was no evidence according to the family, and it just so happened. So you can imagine that on the other side of the coin, that the family is hoping for justice once these leaders appear before court.
Nqobile Madlala, part of our team outside the Randburg Magistrates Court. For now, Nqobile, thanks very much indeed.